In 1961, a then unknown Soviet surgeon did the unthinkable. He successfully removed his own appendix and became world famous. But after that, his fate did not turn out in the best way. Leonid Ivanovich Rogozov was characterized by perseverance, although life circumstances were not smooth. Was born a future surgeon in the family of a chauffeur. Except for him in the family were 3 more children. When Lenya entered high school, the Great Patriotic War began. His father died in 1943, and the schoolboy after 7 classes went to study at a mining school, although he dreamed of practicing medicine. After the war, Leonid decided to finish school, successfully passed all exams, and in 1953, he was enrolled in the Medical Institute in Leningrad. After graduation, the young doctor was offered to go on wintering at Novolazarevskaya station. It had just been opened, and young and brave specialists were needed there. Leonid made up his mind at once and became one of the expedition participants. The team arrived for wintering in February 1961. At first, everything went well, but in April, the doctor began to feel indisposition and severe pains in the lower abdomen. Father was a surgeon and immediately realized that he had an attack of appendicitis, his son Vladislav later recalled. In those days, it was already a common operation that even a student could perform, but there was only snowy desert around, and he was the only doctor at the station. The pains were getting worse, and there was nowhere to ask for help. It would take a month to reach civilization by sea, and it was impossible to evacuate the doctor by air because of strong gusty winds. Rogozov decided to take the desperate step of operating on himself. The appendix could burst at any moment. It was impossible to delay any longer. He asked the station management to call Moscow and asked permission to carry out the planned operation to save his life. The surgeon worked out everything down to the smallest detail. He told his assistants what to do and what instruments to feed, prepared lamps and mirrors to perform the complex operation himself. In his diary, Leonid Ivanovich wrote that he did not sleep because of severe pain. It was almost unbearable. The doctor gave the last instructions, told how to do artificial respiration and inject adrenaline in case of loss of consciousness. The unique operation began. It was impossible to use general anesthesia. The doctor injected himself with only a small dose of Novocaine to stay sane and properly remove the appendix. He made the first incision and was prepared to tolerate the pain. After the operation, Rogozov recalled that he was very afraid at first and looked at his assistants, their faces white with terror. The surgeon suddenly felt a surge of strength and automatically proceeded to the procedure, which he had already done more than once. The surgeon was able to remove his own appendix in less than 2 hours. He did not use gloves to remove the outgrowth by touch. Everything went successfully. Already in 2 weeks, the doctor could move around the station and quickly recovered. The team could not get home after wintering. Because of the large amount of ice, the ships could not come close and take the polar explorers back to the USSR. Then Moscow decided to send airplanes. Not everyone made it home. One of the single-engine airplanes fell into the sea because of a gust of wind. His son Vladimir recalled that Rogozov was even compared to Yuri Gagarin. They were both 27 years old in 1961, and they accomplished the unthinkable, something that no one had ever done before. In 1963, Vladimir Vysotsky even wrote a song about this operation, and the surgeon himself was awarded the Order of the Red Banner. Rogozov more than once invited to take part in new expeditions, but he refused. The surgeon decided to stay at home and continue his medical practice. Thanks to his heroic deed, he was known throughout the country, and not only. So he found his love. His future wife was studying at a Czech medical school and decided to write a letter to the surgeon. After a long correspondence, Rogozov went to Czechoslovakia, after which the couple got married and moved to Leningrad. There, the newlyweds had 2 children. But everything ended not so smoothly, recalled later Rogozov's son Vladislav. The surgeon began to drink, often offended his family. Then his mother took the children and went back to Czechoslovakia. Vladislav never saw his father again. The doctor continued to do what he loved. He worked as a surgeon, conducted scientific activity, and taught. In 2000, Leonid Rogozov died, but his family could not forgive him. They were not present at the funeral.